Hi everyone, happy Talk About Art Day. I'm dressed maybe a little silly today, and there are two reasons for that. Number one, I'm a little silly, and number two, I'm recreating a famous artwork. I'm dressed like Rosie the Riveter, and if you were in my class in October, you remember who she is, but I'm going to give you a brief overview just in case you've forgotten. Rosie the Riveter, very, very famous, painted by Norman Rockwell in 1943. And this particular artwork was propaganda. It was a campaign to encourage women to enter the workforce, right? So a lot of the men were fighting World War II overseas, and they left these factory jobs or shipyard jobs wide open. And so she was to encourage women to enter the workforce in maybe a new way. And so her original job was to empower women so that they felt like they could do these jobs, that they felt these jobs were open and ready for them. And the amazing thing about Rosie is she's changed, right? She was originally propaganda, and now she has become more inclusive, right? She has included women of color. She's included the First Lady of the United States, right? We've reimagined Rosie in so many new ways to be all inclusive of men, women, and children, everybody. And that, to me, makes Rosie so very special because she grew and she changed and she adapted with the times, and I think she's pretty powerful. So here are some more amazing Rosies. And I think my favorite right now during coronavirus is this one of a healthcare worker on the front lines. So it's pretty special. So at the beginning of quarantine, museums opened up their virtual tours. And so people all around the world got to tour famous museums, and it was pretty fun. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. But after that, after we kind of explored all of that art, people wanted to still connect to the art world in a way. And because we couldn't go to museums and we couldn't really share our artwork, people started to recreate famous artworks. And I'm sure you've seen it on social media, but let's look at a couple real quick. These are just a few of the many, many examples of recreating artworks that there are online. So please go and explore more. Some of them are pretty silly. I don't know if you noticed, but the ones that I showed you, those are just random objects from around the house, from toilet paper to breakfast to, bed sheets, anything. Anything you can use. That's what I want you to use. But when you're picking your artwork, you might start to notice that it's going to be a little bit more tricky for you than it was for me. I have representation. When I look through an art textbook, I see people who look like me. I see artists that look like me, and I feel represented. And that's because art teachers, people who write textbooks, museum curators don't show you the whole picture. And that's a problem, right? We show you popular art. And popular art was chosen by mainstream cultures, and mainstream cultures do not represent everyone. So we miss out on so much amazing talent, and I want you to keep exploring. I want us to look through it. So like Rosie, who grew and changed with the times, and people adapted her and changed her to fit what they needed, which is pretty cool. There are artists all around the world doing that. My favorite artist doing that currently is Kehinde Wiley, and he is very special to me. And here he is. As a child, Kehinde Wiley looked in textbooks and looked at museums and didn't see any representation. He didn't see artwork that represented him. And so he grew up and he made it. He took traditional paintings, something like this, and he made it new. He made it into this. And that to me is powerful. He showed you the power of an artist, and it's pretty special. And there are hundreds of his artworks, and he is very, very talented. And we're going to talk about him next week also, so buckle up. But this week, I want you to know that there are artists doing this. And I want you to recreate an artwork, and I want you to feel powerful. I want you to feel like Kehinde Wiley, and I want you to reimagine the artwork in a better way. I want you to make the artwork better. And I want you to pick an artwork from anything, from an album cover to a runway look, to a makeup look, to a famous artwork or a sculpture, anything. I want you to recreate it the way you want to. I want to give you all of the power. So that's your assignment this week. Recreate an artwork. And I hope you know that you deserve to be in a museum. All of you. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Good luck.